Okay, so we know how important it is to know your average carry distance, but also practice that so you can get consistent at hitting that number. But what's going to take your game to a whole new level is actually being able to hit your clubs different yardages. So let's say you hit your 7-iron 150. How good are you at actually hitting that 7-iron 145 or even 140? Because when you're on the golf course, it is going to be very rare that you actually have that ideal number. So what we're going to show you today is really how you can practice this on the range and measure it using the full swing kit, but also go through a real life situation here on the 18th at the Grand. Chris is going to hopefully demonstrate it beautifully.
I'm not sure about the beautiful part, but I'll have a go. So this is the beauty of this is we can just lay down the full swing kit there 10 feet behind the golf ball, and it's as simple as that. It's going to give me that carry number straight away. So hopefully I can hit a few shots, but I'm only aiming to hit one today. But there are lots of different ways that you can reduce the energy and the carry and the shot that you're about to hit. So let's just go through a few of them. So first one for me would be choking down the handle, and then from there shortening the backswing and the through swing, so it almost feels like it's a kind of a punch shot. That for me is going to reduce the carry. The next thing we can do is we can actually hit a shot where we have our normal setup, our normal swing, but instead of maybe swinging what would be 85%, which would be full for a 7-iron, we may want to go at maybe something like 60%. Again, that will reduce the yardage. I know that's one that you prefer. I probably prefer the first one that we would go through. A couple of other things you can do as well. You can actually reduce and narrow the stance. It's amazing what happens when we narrow the stance. We kind of subconsciously are aware that we can now hit the golf ball. The intention is to hit the golf ball a little bit softer. But another thing we can do as well is actually play a fade, which is what I want to do on this shot. So for me, if I hit a fade, I know that I'm going to reduce the distance. And the key is for this with you, which one of these is going to be best for you? You won't know until you test with the full swing kit there. So we've got a flag here. We're looking at 160 yards. So 160 yards for me, now that would normally be, an 8-iron is around about 166. So straight away, it's a little bit shorter than the 8-iron. But what we have got in here is we've got quite a bit of wind and we're going uphill. So I'd say the uphill and the wind, we're probably talking at least 10 yards on this. So what my instinct is going towards is how can I hit a 7-iron, a fade with maybe a little bit of the softness in there as well. So I'm looking for a fade, a little bit softer, which is going to go maybe a little bit lower, and it can control the ball flight.
What's the carry distance on your 7-iron?
177, 177.
So you've really got to take, let's say, 7 yards off this.
Yeah. I mean, we've done this with a lot of golfers. I mean, look, we've got to think about who is the best iron player ever. We've got to say pretty much it's Tiger Woods. He is amazing at doing this, about hitting the same club, lots of different distances, seeing lots of different things. And the only way that he can do that is by practicing and understanding what is actually happening when he's hitting these shots. So I'm just going to get into my routine here, Andy. I can feel that wind in my face. It's definitely going to be a challenging shot here.
So fade for you?
Fade,
just fade
and slightly softer. So a bit of a combo.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is a 7-iron. The last thing I want to do is rip this and nuke this and go through the back.
Okay, now Biz is going for a fade off a ball above the feet right here, which is tricky. So let's see if you can control that ball flight.
And again, for me, because the ball is above, that's again another reason why I'm coming down the handle a little bit. So this actually might go relatively straight when I hit this. The slope and the fade equalizing themselves out. It's all about seeing if I can hit this, that 160 number. It's got the fade. I feel like I might have been a bit strong on that one. Yes, slightly big. Let's see what we've got.
164.
Yeah, slightly longer than we thought.
164, so it's gone maybe 4 yards too big there.
But that's good for me, because if I'm hitting a full 7-iron there, I know it's going to go more than 164. So again, I used a combination of the fade and the softness to actually take the shot out. And I actually felt on that one, maybe it was a little bit strong when I hit that one. Maybe just pulled it a little bit.
So make sure you test out on the range next time a few of those things, find out what works for you, and then bring the kits onto the golf course and see exactly what's happening.